Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Last week, I auditioned for Swanee.
A little annotation. Kitty and Felzik were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but then she does something clever at the end, and it makes everyone wonder whether it was all just an act. The irony here is that Kitty actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. Still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. In those days, the theater was really the only place where really stupid people could earn a decent living. Of course, this was before television.
I don't have time for this.
A petit four, Mr. Felzik.
Not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole?
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we can give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. While we stand before you here, under the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily
employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual.
a certain individual.
Who happens to be the largest single investor in Felzik's Farms. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concern about Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show, then
and there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty. Boys, you go tell your boss that this wedding is not going to happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, I hope we are making ourselves perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
You biscotti kitten.
A trifle much?
Don't try with me.
All right. You could drop the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we can ask.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb is an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo Tall Brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Avram and Mendel Maslaskowitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They are an early example of the typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movement, not very intimidating. Unless, of course, you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons which are not appropriate to this occasion.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Felzik. But for now, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Yeah, try the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Felzik! They're gangsters!
Very perceptive. Now go powder your face.